Don't ask me what that was. Maybe that's me pretending, wishing that I was jogging, having a routine for jogging so that I wouldn't be so fat. Folks, on January the 1st, my New Year's resolution is to get back in shape. I quit smoking. I'm 2+ months in the good of that. But I've replaced cigarettes and nicotine with now food. I'm now smoking icy white girl honey bun. I can taste the trans fats. But I mention all of that because of the shirt that I'm wearing. It's black. I've heard that black makes you not look so fat. So here we are. Folks, today I want to share with you guys an update to a story that we did this like 2 years ago. And today, folks, there is a shocking breaking news update that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. But before we get to that, no, this isn't a sponsored video. Before we get to that, I do want to let you guys know something else. For those of you who don't know, I just went and purchased a matching set of probably the most gangster thing that you could ever purchase for yourself. If you thought about being a gangster in real life, like the most thug life of life, thug life, if you thought about getting something absolutely gangster, folks, I've just recently purchased it. And what that is 2 Dachshund puppies, or as I like to call them, the cutest little things in the world. Oh my God, just look at these things. Oh God. There ain't nothing more gangster than getting in your bed with 2 puppies crawling up, giving you all sorts of little puppy kisses. What, we're doing a prison channel? I almost thought about filming this video, 2 puppies in tow, one underneath each arm, and just giving it to you as raw and gritty as I possibly can. You know, when you think about prison YouTube, there ain't nothing that goes harder on the internet than AfterPrisonShow. Ain't nothing harder than 2 Dachshund puppies. I swear to God, them little babies are so cute. Look at my little fur babies right there. You know, people have asked me, Joe, what are you going to do when AfterPrisonShow sinks like the Titanic? Well, folks, currently, we're working on our new channel. It hasn't been launched just yet. You've seen the TV show in the past, Meerkat Island or the Meerkat TV show. Folks, we're about to make a YouTube channel called Locked Up Raw, Puppies in Prison. It's gonna be adorable. I miss them damn dogs. Right now they're sitting downstairs in the living room behind bars. They're living their best life, so don't feel like they stay caged up very often at all. But I miss them. They're downstairs right now. I'm sure if I went down there, they would just smother me with the puppy kisses. But anyways, let's get back to what this video was about. Thug life for life. Folks, I want to bring you this update. We addressed this story maybe a year ago. It was in a video called When the Internet Goes Gangster. Something about gangster-ass internet. I can't remember. But if you missed this, I highly recommend that you check that video out prior to going any further with this video. Here it is, as a matter of fact. When the internet gets gangster. Folks, in this video, we talked about 2 different people in this. One of them was, what was that girl's name? It's Jessie. Now, if you don't remember this chick, she was the girl that went viral with the video crying because somebody reported her Instagram account and they flagged it and they deleted her Instagram account. She talked about not wanting to go work a normal job. Working a normal job was beneath her. And if you worked a normal job, you were basically, you know, she was better than you or something along them lines. A lot of people didn't like this chick. I thought that was absolutely gangster, talking about people who have to work hard for a living. Yo, you got no filter whatsoever. She was the first person we talked about, and then the second person in that video was really what this video was all about. This guy right here. Folks, for those of you who don't remember who this guy is or what the story was about him, you're looking at an individual with the nickname Polo. And I can remember from that initial video making jokes about Marco Polo. Not very funny at all, I know. Now, Polo, whose real name is Rossi Adams II, 27 years old, from, I think, Idaho? Iowa. Some flyover state. This guy took being a gangster on the internet to an absolute new level. And really, I guess the best way to put it is because of the internet, he got gully. He got super gangster. Folks, Rossi Adams, aka Polo, was somebody who I think ran or founded, here it is, founded a social media company called State Snaps back in 2015, which is also really known for a slogan that goes, "Do it for state." Now, prior to filming the initial video about this guy and Do It for State, I had no idea what it meant to do it for state. But folks, since filming that video, I know all too well, in fact, what it means to do it for state. This is weird. I'll admit that. Rossi Adams founded a social media company called State Snaps back in 2015 while he was enrolled as a student at Iowa State University. His social media accounts on platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter had over 1 million followers at one point. Boy, this dude was booming on the internet. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be a college student with 1 million plus followers on any type of an account. You don't even have to have $1 million. You know, sometimes I really wonder, what's more valuable these days? $1 million or 1 million followers? Because they don't both equal the same damn thing. Just to let you know that. I know, okay? Yeah, man. Somebody lied to me. The site's content included video and photos of young adults engaged in crude behavior, drunkenness, and nudity. I'll say is a mild way to put what it means to do it for state. They was doing it for real. That's what you doing for state? Wow. You ain't gonna be able to put that on your resume. You better hope them job opportunities don't be seeing that. They ain't gonna care that you graduated from Iowa State University. I'm actually an employer. This is you doing it for state? What are you willing to do for this job? Nothing. Report me. Followers of State Snaps used the slogan, "Do it for state," and Adams wanted to purchase the internet domain doitforstate.com to expand his company, the statement said. This whole gangster of the internet going gangster because of the internet took place because of a damn domain name. Doitforstate.com. Now, if I can remember correctly, Adams already had a different domain and it was doit4 state. But he wanted the actual spelling, F-O-R. State.com. And for that 3-letter word, Rossi Adams II, 27 years old, of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, was willing to take becoming a gangster on the internet to a whole nother level. And for those of you who don't remember what this guy actually did, he went to the guy's house who owned the domain name. You know, they make it seem like this was like some mansion. Just because you own a domain doesn't mean you're rich. Maybe he was, who knows? Adams tried to convince the Cedar Rapids resident who had registered the domain with GoDaddy.com to sell it to him multiple times between 2015 and 2017. This guy said, "No sirree, Bob." And in June of 2017, Adams and his cousin, Sherman Hopkins, drove to the home of the domain owner. Hopkins, a convicted felon, already at the time. Adams went and got his convicted felon cousin to help him out with this. They broke into the man's home with a cell phone. What? Broke into the man's home with a cell phone? That's something I ain't never seen on MacGyver. Man, shout out to MacGyver back in the day. Weren't that a throwback? Some of y'all don't even know about MacGyver. Had y'all grown up on MacGyver, the world would be a better place. I don't know how the hell they broke into this man's home with a cell phone, stolen gun, and so they had all that too, and a taser while wearing pantyhose on their head and dark sunglasses like they was in the frickin' Italian Job. Usually when you're gonna do something bad and you're up to no good, there's certain signs that you should pay attention to that'll let you know that things are just not gonna work out. And when you do something as cliche as to try to go commit a robbery with pantyhose over your head, I don't even know if that really conceals your identity all that well. You got to imagine things are going to go wrong. And wrong, oh, they most certainly went for old Polo. He also had a note from Adams to the domain owner with directions on how to transfer the domain. Rossi didn't go. He sent his cousin to do his dirty work for him with a note on how to transfer the domain. That's like handing a bank teller a note. Gosh almighty, boy. 2019, man, the times that we live in these days, boy, you are not safe. It used to be you ain't safe out there in them streets. You're even more not safe on the internet. It's a dangerous place. You better not go out there after dark. Hopkins held the gun to the domain owner's head and pistol whipped him several times, telling him, "Bung, you better hit that enter key and space bar at the same time. Bung." I don't even know if that does anything. Control-Alt-Delete. Now, what we didn't realize at the time was the domain owner who owned doitforstate.com, he weren't no bitch. And he just wasn't gonna keep taking them pistol whips to the head like he was. Because during the midst of this and during the struggle, the man was shot in the leg before he shot Hopkins multiple times in the chest. Boy, this dude got hit 9 times like 50 Cent. You a gangster. Can you imagine being in prison? Having to tell somebody why you look like a piece of Swiss cheese. Yeah, man, you know, whew, boy, thug life, you know, I got shot, I got hit up, boy, I got wet up, boy, I'm shot. You know, it was behind the internet. It wasn't no drug deal going bad, it was behind a website. I know, just take all my stuff. Boy, I'm telling y'all thought the internet was safe. Hopkins, the cousin, survived the shooting, was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and this whole update is about what actually happened to Rossi Adams, aka Polo, who just recently got sentenced himself in federal court, folks. And what he received, you know, we don't even know if this man was a convicted felon or not. He was going to college, so he probably didn't have no criminal record at all. Could have even been a first-time offender, we don't know. But he was in federal court, and I don't even know why his case was a Fed case. Still trying to figure that part out. But what Rossi just received this, was 168 months. Because the feds don't sentence you in years, they sentence you in months. 168 months in federal prison. He might end up doing his time at a club fed, but I doubt that because he's got a violent charge. So he's probably going to end up at a medium at least. And for those of you who are trying to do the quick math, I'll just go ahead and let you know, no math scholar, I just read it right here in this article, 168 months, I guess equals the title of this story, social media influencer will serve 14 years in prison after his plot to take over a website at gunpoint backfired. Like the owner of the domain name once he wrestled the gun out of his cousin's hand. He fired back. Now, maybe this isn't very surprising to you. Maybe you're like, so what? Honestly, to me, anytime I get an opportunity to bring you guys an update, I like to do so. If I addressed the story previously, I want to let you guys know what happened. I'm surprised by the amount of time this guy got. He got 14 years for this. Don't know if he had a criminal record or not. But what I found even more surprising, and maybe you will as well, is the amount of money this dude was also, sentenced to have to pay. Because not only did he receive 168 months in federal prison, he was also ordered to pay $9,000 in restitution, which could be, $9,000 worth of damage to the domain owner's home or residence, maybe medical bills, who knows. Nearly $4,000 in prosecution cost, which I've got no idea what that means. And also, a whopping $22,000 in attorney fees as a part of his sentence. And folks, he was using a court-appointed lawyer. Court-appointed lawyer equals free lawyer. Court-appointed lawyer usually equals you getting your boots smoked as well. How was Polo minus DeMarco ordered to pay $22,000 for his court-appointed lawyer that got his boots smoked? Boy, you just got a double smack in the face. They hit you all up in the courtroom like bung bung. Folks, they made this man pay $9,000 in restitution, $4,000 in prosecution fees, and $22,000 for his public defender, or his court-appointed lawyer, which comes up to a total of, 9 plus 22 is $35,000. How? Why? Folks, I'm going to tell you why. And this is what I consider even more crazy than the amount of time, even more crazy than what this whole story was about. The reason why this man was ordered to pay all of this money is because during his trial, it was discovered that Adams was still earning significant amounts of money. We don't even know what significant amounts of money even mean, while his case was pending. All from people doing it for state. There most certainly was some lewd, crude, downright uncomfortable behavior of people doing it for state. But I don't think anybody did it for state more than the founder himself, Rossi Adams II. Folks, I just wanted to share this update with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you think about all of this. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!